guys, today's Saturday. It's about 11:20 a.m. I'm here at the studio because I'm going to be working a little bit of my sculpture that I'm doing. I don't have time to work in my digital sculpture during the week, because we have so much to do. But I try to come here Saturdays as much as I can, or sometimes even on Sunday, to sculpt a little bit. So I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit of that. Probably Aaron will be here too. Maybe later today he will come and do some work too. We always try to do some work on Saturday as much as we can. So yeah, I'll show you a little bit. I'm probably going to be here the whole day sculpting. I won't be filming it all the time because it's just going to be boring to watch. But I'll try to show a little bit of the work we're doing. Okay? So let's see it. First, let's turn on the computer. This is a Thor helmet that I'm sculpting. I'm sculpting a new Thor statue, and I started sculpting this helmet the last weekend. And right now, what I'm doing is I'm working on the wings. So this is one of the wings of the helmet. I have started sculpting and detailing the feathers around on the left side, on the outside. Now I'm going to be doing the detailing on the feathers on the inside. So it's kind of boring and tedious, and it takes forever, but at the end the results are quite nice. So yep, let's do it. Oh, I was just going to assemble that.
Yeah, this one still needs to be cleaned off. I cleaned the other parts yesterday, but this one still needs to be done.
I think that we can assemble and then finish cleaning later, man. We don't need that water jet anymore. Not all that pressure.
Yeah, we do.
Let me see. This one I cleaned it already several times. With just a brush.
Well, I cleaned these other parts yesterday, and I think it made a huge difference. So you just gotta do it for a while. But it's up to you.
But once we glue it, that water jet will not break it. This glue is very strong. Yeah, but I can see that you're right. It's still there. It's still full of support material here. Well, let's try. This will require some working on with epoxy too.
Yeah,
because
all the joints.
the joints are not good. Yeah, not perfect. I mean. You see, as I suspected, because of the head, the cape stays on her shoulder without the need of any pegs. I know it's going to be heavier once we place the other parts, but still, we might not need pegs at all. That would be cool. We are finally assembling the cape. It has the other parts. We're going to glue the Aaron cape in a few minutes here. This super glue you have is, but
I'll use yours.
yeah, this is really strong. Once you glue it, it doesn't come out. It doesn't come off anymore. So. Okay, so this is the Depth Dealer 3 base. We are going to make molds of this today. We don't need the axe, and we're going to start by brushing some silicone on top of the base, and you guys will be able to follow the whole process how we do with the things here. So I'm going to start making molds for the Depth Dealer 3 base. Making molds is something that we do all the time here. Molds and castings and finishings and sculpting. Okay, so today let's make molds for the Depth Dealer 3 base. So here's the master. Where's the silicone? Here's the silicone. Silicone and catalyst for the silicone. Into the bucket. We will apply several layers of silicone here. The first layer has to be a very thin layer so the silicone can go in all the crevices and all the holes and all those parts under. Make sure there will be no air bubbles. So put some silicone here. For this first layer we only need a little bit. Actually, this is even less than this. Just a tiny bit of silicone for now. This is the hardener or the catalyst. And we mix with the silicone to make it hard. Shake it. And we pour it. Normally what you do is you pour like 10% by volume of this in relation to the silicone, but then it normally takes 24 hours to harden. So I like it to harden a little faster, so put more than 10%. Now the silicone instead of white is pink. As I was explaining, the amount of catalyst should be about 10% by volume. But that's if you want the silicone to take 24 hours to harden. The way I do it, normally hardens is about 2 hours, 3 hours tops, depending on what I need. And that's it. So we don't need to wait 24 hours to do a second layer here. That would definitely be a waste of time. So. And it makes no difference how fast the silicone hardens. The result will be the same. Okay, so now that the silicone is well mixed, just pour it here on top of it. This method is called brush on. So what it means is we have to brush the silicone on the mold, the statue, in the case here, this the base. So with the brush, what we want to make sure is that the silicone goes inside all the crevices and all the holes and all the parts, because this way we won't have any air bubbles in the silicone. So this is how we do. Brush it on. You gotta be very thorough here, very careful, because you don't want to miss any spots. So you go like clockwise around the base, making sure that you covered all the areas. Because if you forget to brush the silicone on any parts here, you will probably have a air bubble, and that the air bubble will leave a defect on the casting. So it doesn't matter that the silicone goes out like that, spilling on the table. It's no big deal. It's just a little bit. And you also don't want to have anything around, like a wall, to contain the silicone, because then you wouldn't have, you wouldn't be able to brush the silicone on the corners like this. So it's wasting a little bit of silicone around. It's okay. It's part of how things are done. Now that's enough. Just let it harden for a couple hours and we'll be back. The brush you can either throw away, get another one, or you can clean it. Okay, 2 hours. I'll come back to this. So Aaron, what you doing right now?
I'm trying to finish up the detailing the hair for the mermaids. Just sculpting hair.
Okay, that sounds like very boring.
It's a necessary evil.
finally have all the pieces of the cape printed and glued together. This is how big the cape is. And we have the hat on already, just to have an idea. And the back of the cape, as we showed the other day, has Aaron has sculpted a wolf head. So it's really looking cool. We're going to finish fixing here the amends with some clay. Make sure that there won't be any seams to be seen, and once we're done sculpting on the amends, the cape will be ready for molds. So that's how it looks so far. This is still the 3D print. This is still the cake that came out of the printer. Done. Now what we need for Arian is the base. So we're gonna do it by hand. We're not gonna do it digital. And then we need the dead body on the base. And we're going to be printing it this week. I received from our artists working on their comic books the pages, the finished pages for the first Arian #1, and they are right here on my left screen, and that's for my review and approval. And I'm looking at here, we have already 19 pages complete and ready to print, but each comic book has 32 pages, so we're still missing a few pages, so before the first issue of Arian is ready. So I have received pages of Austria. You can see there, Austria is already being colored, and it will be ready for printing also soon. We still need to put the dialogues in, so, but Austria is ready too. And the other one we have been working on is the Queen of Empires. The Queen of Empires, we are still working on the first. That's the cover. That's the cover for the #2. Painted by Christos Martinez. He's a great artist, doing some of the covers for us. So the Queen of the Empires, we are still starting the drawings. We have the scripts done for the first and second issue, and we started the drawings already, but we have nothing to show at this point. So that's some very exciting news, and the comic books are coming. It's coming along very nice and exactly like we went and intended them to be. So they will be ready by October, and we're going to be giving a few free samples at the Comic-Con. So if you guys there, you guys can have a few samples of the Comic-Cons. And both artists that are drawing all the 3 comic books, the artists that are drawing the Queen of Empires, Austria, and Arian, they will be at the Comic-Con autographing a few samples. So if you guys are there. So, you have good news for me there?
Yeah, once I can find the form.
Isn't that form on the website? I mean, on the government website?
Yeah, this is the government website, but I'm getting how-tos, but not actually any documents that go out.
So those are ready to go, right? Those boxes?
Yes.
Is this the area they're going to Brazil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you call FedEx?
Not yet.
No. Look, form. Isn't that one?
Yeah, but that's not. You're looking for H1B1. This is a form you have to fill out to get your labor certification. But you need a form for H1B1. And that's what I can't find.
Here. No?
That's for additional information.
Oh.
And that's for petitions.
Well, let me know once you get something concrete there. So on Friday I started working on those statues, those pieces here, to prepare them for painting. And I already cleaned them. I already tooled them with the Dremel downstairs. They are now almost ready for painting. The next step here, oh, I already fixed all the little holes we got with epoxy clay. So you see those darker points here, dots are epoxy clay because there were tiny little holes. And other pieces come perfect, there are no holes at all. This one here had a tiny one here. Yeah. So I already did that on Friday too. And today's Monday, and I'm going to enter the last step on preparing those for molds, and that says sanding with the sandpaper. So just make sure that the epoxy that I applied it's flat and that's it. This is ready. This one here, there's a little bit of still marks here because of the Dremel. And I'm going to use the sandpaper to smooth everything. And it will be like there was never a line here. Spencer, once you're done there, once you're done there, we need you to please buy me some magnets online. It's called Earth Magnets. I'll show you. We need to resupply our stock of magnets.
You have all kinds.
Huh?
Is that huge? Well, I was playing with a few weeks ago. You had a small container of magnets.
Yes, but
Yeah.
there are just a few left. I need more.
What do you use them all for?
Well, we use them every time we prepare a new prototype.
Yeah, but you haven't made any new statues since.
No, yeah, but we still have those, but we're gonna run out of them, so we need to buy more. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we just need to find those. I don't remember where they are, but
Oh, you're recording.
yeah, we'll find them. What?
The rest of that is up to you, as far as submitting and paying and all of that stuff.
Okay. Well, do we have to pay now?
No, you have to pay upon submission.
And when we're going to submit?
That's up to you.
Let's submit it now. Yeah, and let's pay it now. Let me give you the.
It has to be by check.
By check?
You have to make a check.
2 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Okay, so this one here is just to recap, why are we, why, how do we pay that? The form?
Check. I'm setting a competitive SSA for you. Right, I did one that you need to do.
Because I remember the first time we, wow, Thursday, 14 days, 11. Even if it's more cheap, that's Friday, that's. Yeah, it's better this one. Let's get this one.
You should be seeing on FedEx. You can go to ship cost.
We can receive good ship cost and all the rest, yeah. Yeah, it's fine. 1.45 handling fee. Okay.
We had an email from Alex.
What do you want?
I wanted to talk to you about the video.
And what did he say?
Welcome to your room.
You need a, yeah, sharp knife. Okay, so let's do a second layer here. The first silicone is already hard. Now we are just going to add some more silicone there.
It's the blue stuff, right?
That's beautiful. Those animals are so tiny.
Look good, it means it will print in no time flat.
Right. He's got the whole bucket right here. Second layer there. So, on our second layer, we add more silicone to the bucket here. just want a little bit, not too much. Catalyst, one more time. That's good. Here. Now the silicone is pink, but guess what? We're gonna make it blue now. Since that the first layer, the second layer, we changed the color of the silicone because it makes it easier to know where we already have silicone and where we don't have. So we put this blue dye here. It's specially formulated for silicone. It's a pigment for silicone that's blue. Now we mix again. Now it's blue. Okay, now the next thing we do is to add a little bit of siliconic thixotropic agent. And what this does is it thickens the silicone, makes it stickier and less runny. So since this is the second layer, we don't want the silicone to keep running off the mold like that. We don't want the silicone to run this time. So we're gonna add this silicone thicker. Drops. That's way too much. That's it. The amount of that you add according to how thick and sticky you want this to be. So I added just a little bit. Little more. So again, this is the Death-Dealer 3, the Frazetta Death-Dealer 3 base. And we are making a one-side mold. And now the silicone is blue. Again, we need the brush. Gonna do the same thing, brushing the silicone on the mold, making sure that it goes inside all the crevices and holes. But this time the silicone is a lot thicker than it was before. It's easy to keep it in place. Okay, so the second layer is applied. We want the second layer to be thicker than the first, but not too thick. Liquid enough to be able to spread it well and go inside all the small areas and holes and etc. So let's leave this one drying. Again, let's wait for it to hard for another couple hours, and then I'll come back for the third layer. This mold probably will take 3 or 4 layers. So yeah, let's now wait for it to harden, and then we're back. Don't forget to clean your brush, because if you don't clean it, you lose it. So get the excess off. Then wash it with acetone. Than I expected, but at least it's flowing. You know, the program is a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, so I already applied 2 layers of silicone to this base, making the mold. Now the silicone has hardened, and now I'm going to apply the 3rd layer. Probably this one will need 4 layers because it has those parts sticking out, but let's do the 3rd one now. Again, we need a bucket here. Silicone. Again, use the hardener. From time to time we have to clean this here, but definitely not now. Again, we're going to add the fixotropic agent, make it thicker and stickier. But this time we're going to add another ingredient to this mix. This time I need a much thicker silicone than this. This is still runny. It's good for the second layer. It's perfect because it's not runny as too runny, but it's still runny. So the 3rd one we need to add plaster. Well, that's a technique that I developed. So you shouldn't mix this on the silicone if you're going to on the first layer or the second layer. But if it's the third layer, it's not in contact with the master piece anymore, so it doesn't matter. So if you add the plaster, it makes it very thick. That's exactly what we want now. We want silicone to be very thick, not runny anymore. So it's still runny, but it's better. And I'm going to add a little more. I want it to stick to the spoon and don't fall. When we get that to this consistency, then we're good. Unfortunately, I'm running out of plaster and I don't have another bag here, but I think this will be enough for today. As I say, you should not add plaster to your silicone unless it's in this specific case and it's your third layer, because when you add plaster to the silicone breaks easier. It loses flexibility. But this is just a one-time mold. We're gonna use it maybe one or twice, that's it. So it doesn't actually matter. You just need the result. And the result here is to have something that it's thick and not runny, because this is what we're gonna need now for the third layer. It's almost there. Need a little more. I'm done with this one. That's it. This time we don't need the blue because we're going to apply over the blue, so pink. Just alternating the colors. Pink, blue, pink, blue, blue, pink. Just alternate the colors. You don't need more than 2 colors. Okay, so this is exactly what we want. Very thick. going to apply this here. Again, we're going to use our brush here. And we're going to spread this. All over the base. Same thing, same principle. We want to make sure that the silicone that we are applying here goes into the crevices and holes and all the, doesn't leave any air in between this layer and the other layer. So we want to make sure there is no air. That's it. Now we wait for this to dry, to harden, and we might need a tiny bit more here, here, and here, just to be on the safe side. Because if the silicone is too thin, it might warp the casting. But honestly, I think this is pretty much good enough. I might not even do that another layer here, but just in case. Okay, that's it. This is done. Okay, this is done. We're gonna leave it there for another hour or so. But actually, it's already it's already almost 8:30. 8:30 at night. Right there. Yep, 8:30. I'm still here working. Aaron still here working, sculpting the mermaids, and probably gonna call it a day. Tired now. Okay, see you tomorrow.